Alright everyone, welcome back. It's a little run and one today. Just drop the car off, get the wheels refurbed. Not because I've curved them, because Vauxhall don't know how to make alloy wheels properly without them corroding. Not that I'm bitter, but anyway. So we're going to pick up Marriotts Way, which is the old railway line that used to run from what used to be City Station in the centre of Norwich, all the way through the Norfolk countryside to Alsham, I think. I think it went a little bit further than that, I'm not sure. Anyway, it's 26 miles long, and they do a marathon on that, but that ain't happening today. Just going to try and push the 15k. But anyway, behind me is the lovely BMX track and slow button park. So if you guys come this way on your bikes, that's pretty fun to hit up. And unfortunately I usually get shown up by the little kids because they're far better at it than me. But anyway, before I start running again, I'm going to have to take this down jacket off because I'm sweating my off already. Right, that's better. Sweaty crisis averted. Right, let's take this little, shall we say, back road to Marriotts Way. Ow! Ooh, pain in the ankle already. Good start. So, let's flip this round. Right, and now on to Marriotts Way. So say the old train line, which, if I remember my facts right, I can't remember the exact year, but it was running quite late, long after the beaching cuts, mainly because the cement works down at Lenwade. Just crossing the outer ring road. And then on the right we have, I can't remember if it's Bayer or Breyer these days, but essentially the chemical factory. Although a friend of mine did get some amazing pictures of inside the site by pestering him for a permission visit for a long time. Because if you're into industrial photography, there's some amazing pipe work and stuff in there, and various other cool shit. Hello, horsey mate. Now, one of several old iron bridges. Iron, probably steel, either way, you know what I mean, girder bridge. As you can tell, the railway was mostly single track by the width of this. Now the good news is there's perhaps only another 100 metres of tarmac, which to me is a godsend. So if I can hate running on road. And there we have one of the 26 mile markers along this route. As you can see there, this is mile number 2, made of the old bits of rail. There we go, that's the end of the tarmac. And coming up to the remains of what was Helsden Station, which actually is nowhere near bloody Helsden. There's a group of volunteers been slowly clearing out the remaining features on this line. Here, Helsden Station, or Hell's Den, as we like to wind someone at work up with. Anyway, let's get running in the slop. Right, well that's 4k in. Time for a little walk. Didn't give my little calves a chance to warm up, so they're starting to get a little bit tight, so that's a bit slippery. Goodness sake. If I want something dry and harder. Right, so just want to take this opportunity to do a quick kit check. That's just the wind, thought it was a bike. So top, tights, they are both, I can't remember the model, but they're both Nike. Tights are compression, top is bright red. It's got one of those discount Nike stores close to us, and well, that was all really bought before I knew what I was up to. But what's important is they fit lovely and they're comfortable, so I shall stick with them. Socks, Hilly. I think they're the monoskin lights. Probably. You can tell I really know what I'm on about here. Shoes, I went from the old school. Here we go. These lovely bright orange things. Look at them. How garish are they? The old school Brooks. Means I knew how wet and horrible it was today. So go this way. That may not be a silhouette. This is why we're going to fall over, isn't it? But what was I saying? Yeah, old school Brooks. Knew it was going to be wet and muddy. Didn't want to mess up my new ones. Now these aren't as soft and cushioned as the On, what were they, Cloud Flow? I can't remember now. It's a really good informative video. But I don't know, for a longer distance, these just feel more comfortable. Not as cushioned, but more comfortable. Whereas the Ons are lovely for a sort of they'll probably be good for a half marathon, maybe a full marathon if I was to actually train properly. And then obviously this buff, purely because, well, it stops the hair going in my eyes, because I still haven't had a haircut since January. Good old lockdown seasons 1 and 2, and couldn't be bothered in between, as you can tell. But underneath that, ooh, some Aftershock Aeropex, probably one of my favourite running, well, and cycling purchases. Listen to some music without putting them in your ear, so you're still fully aware of what's going on behind you, around you, because they're bone conducting. Again, went for the Aeropex over the Airs or Titaniums. If you're a bit of an audiophile, you could argue they sound slightly better. Oh, I've never been down here before. Let's have a little look. Let's go off piste. Yeah, I'm not going to do that swing today. I should imagine that's quite cold. And oh, actually, there is a path there. So yeah, you could argue they sound better, but once you get out in the open, there's so much other noise around you'll never notice. But they had a longer battery life and a higher water resistance rating, which I thought would be quite good, being outside in the wilderness. Cut through here. Ooh. No bikes, good. If I do that. So yeah, if you need some headphones for running, I highly recommend the Aftershocks. And I'm not sure if they've still got a buy one get one free offer on, but that was actually one of the best offers we could find recently. And finally, the running vest, my Montaigne, this Via Razor 15, got me one of those words. Anyway, 15 litre. Again, tried on so many different packs last year, well, about this time, probably 2 years ago, but trying to get a decent pack. Really had high hopes for the Innovates, Solomon, but they just didn't fit. The Solomon ones, they like this bit kind of rolled in and dug in, but lots of other people use them, so that's just me being awkward. I'm not going to lie, it kind of felt good putting this on today. It kind of, how should we say, gave this run a sense of purpose, because the last time I wore this was back in January, which was the Marriotts Way ultramarathon, which was, what was it, 50 miles from just outside Thetford all the way up to home next to sea on the Norfolk coast, along the old, well, Marriotts Way, which is where the tradesmen used to walk from the from the coast sort of down to Thetford and then on to Bury St Edmunds and other such places. And that was where the start of all my injury troubles happened, where I, well, much like this, where I slipped onto the mud and jarred my hip, and then it all got worse from there. Another little slip there. And I should probably put trail shoes on today. I've had some grip. Lesson learnt. Anyway, I think it's about time to start running again. So, yeah, I'm being caught by a runner. The broom wagon's on, so let's run! Right, that's just over 6k. Time for a snack because I didn't eat properly yesterday. And the last thing I want to do is bonk later on. So let's go for one of my favourite trail snacks. Not Haribo. Oh, I don't say I got one. I will be very, very disappointed. Nope, here we go. Hobnob bar. So basically a biscuity flapjack with chocolate on top. Alright, so we're now at Drayton. Yeah, it's really clear because it's so dirty, but oh, and then for the train geeks, there's a class 31. Moving on swiftly. So what used to be Drayton Station here. Ah, so here's a handy little map. So obviously used to be Norwich City Station. We are here at Drayton. And then finishes at Alsham. So, right, crack on. Oh. There's a squirrel. Hey, little buddy. Bye, little buddy. And here we have, what's that? Mile 6. A giant corkscrew for a massive bottle of wine. Right. As I was saying, this is 26 miles long, so call it a marathon. Now I know the company, the group Positive Steps, who organised the Marriotts Way ultramarathon, they do a few events, sort of Norfolk, Suffolk, but they do a Marriotts Way marathon and half marathon. Obviously this year's didn't go ahead. Don't know if next year's will go ahead because of COVID regulations, but as I said before, I'm booked on to do Rat Race to the Wall next year, which is 70, well they say 69, it's actually 72 miles along Hadrian's Wall, because they lie about the distance. But yeah, well, we got 6 months. So yeah, got a lot of work to put in, but fingers crossed I can actually finish it this time and not have to stop because of bum rub, or chafing, but it's formerly known as bum rub. But that got me looking into, I say other events, other routes as well, because obviously got Marriotts Way. If I can get a lift perhaps one day, once I'm up to this sort of distance, get a lift to the start or the finish of Marriotts Way, and I can do a nice little, shall we say, marathon along Marriotts Way video. So you'll see more of this and more of me rambling. I thought I had a bike. And then I was also looking, I feel we've got the, I think it's the Wherryman's Way, which runs from Great Yarmouth back to Norwich, and that's 30, I don't know if it's 32 or 35 miles. It kind of loops down to Chedgrave Lod and then back along the Yare and into Norwich. That's a possibility for the future. I've got some dog walkers as we move over. So yeah, so there's Wherryman's Way. And obviously the main one I signed up to is the Wall. And then there's one I was thinking about doing last year, which I got told not to by my, should we say, wiser other half, because I don't think I'd finished it. I think it's called the Sunset or Sunrise Ultra. Basically goes from, I think it's Home Next to Sea on the Norfolk coast, round to Great Yarmouth, maybe Britannia Pier. Oh, we're somewhere on the seafront in Yarmouth, which is 80, I think it's 83 miles, and you basically have until sunset, until sunrise. So that's a fair challenge. Now, not so I'm going to do it next year, but you know, one can hope. Well, in the distance is the bridge over the NDR, but let's see, how far have we gone? I'm up to 9k. It's actually not as far as I thought I would get, so we're going to go exploring and see where this path goes, and see if I can cut across country back home rather than having to do some horrible little country lanes. So, oh yeah, don't run uphill, it's all sorts of wrong. Right, so there's Marriotts Way and the bridge over the NDR, or the Great Road to Nowhere, as it should be called. Bridle way to Marriotts Way or Taverham. Okay, well, never been this way before. Right, now the sun's the right way around, so I'm not a silhouette. So finish off what I was saying, and then I might actually concentrate on some running. Oh, such a dirty word. But yeah, looking at events. Now, rat race, they are, well, I seem to be knocking a lot of the smaller ones on the head and concentrating on the epic. And well, I see something which they've called Run Britannia. Now, 2023 is the first year and it's sold out. And 2024 opens up, so I'm not going to tell you when it opens up, in case you guys steal any places. But you can Google this. But it's basically Land's End to John O'Groats, with as much off-road rather than on-road as they can fit in. And they're saying it's 1,000 miles over 35 days. Now, that's pretty damn epic as far as I'm concerned. Which also got me thinking, 2024, I'm going to be turning that horrible middle-aged 40 thing. So, it's like, what better way of like celebrating denial of being middle-aged and proving that you're still young than running 1,000 miles across the length of the UK. Now, it's just one of these little seeds that's planted in my mind, but you can see where I'm going with this. I'm thinking, I've got 4 years of training, and included in the entry is the wall, which I might want to do a third time if I don't do it next year. Sorry, I will do it whether I complete it. And the Ultra Tour of Arran, which was literally my first ultramarathon. I pretty much went from a 5k to a 2-day ultramarathon in about 6 months. So yeah, sensible. There's a little bit of scenery for you, and a very high river. And then the horrible little country lanes I had to do a brief stint on. Well, that's nearly it for the day on the home stretch. A little bit further than I intended, so that 10% gain has gone out the window. So yeah, Run Britannia. Don't know if I will sign up for that yet, but as I say, what better way to deny turning 40? Much like how my other half and I denied we were turning 30. That's when we found out about the rat race Dirty Weekend, which they built as the world's largest obstacle course race. 20 miles, 200 obstacles, ranging from basically, there's a foam pit, sack race, I think it's like 100 metres on a space hopper, then 20-foot tyre walls and like a 2-3 story jump into a pool they've just dug into a field. And if any of you guys follow Rat Race, you will have probably seen the iconic picture of our friend Elaine basically belly flopping from the top of the board. Right, I'm calling it a day there. I'm almost home. About 17.5k. A bit more than the 12 to 15 I had planned. But anyway, if you want to follow the journey back to ultras, eventually one day I'll shave. And hopefully Mega Avalanche. Well, it may not be next year, depends on the old COVID regs, but if not, we're thinking about a 2-week tour with UK bike parks, so like and subscribe, follow the adventures. At some point I might start uploading regularly again. But anyway, see you all later.